Welcome to uh, this call. Crypto Panda. I've always wondered who is this Crypto Panda, but happy to say,
Happy to see you too,
happy
bro.
to put
Happy.
happy to put a face to the name. What can you do a brief introduction of yourself?
Okay, so my name is Crypto Panda. I like to be addressed by my Web3 acronym. So my name is Crypto Panda. I am a project manager and a content marketer in this space, and I've been in in crypto since 2021 officially, fully into crypto since 2021. But then I moved over to GFI around 2022, 2023. That was when I understood that crypto is broader than just trading and there are other aspects of crypto. So I decided to look at what DeFi is all about. So that is it.
Oh, fantastic! And that's interesting. That's like quite a journey. Over three,
Yeah,
4 years now. Yeah,
yeah.
fantastic. All right. So, what informed your curiosity about blockchain data analytics?
Okay. Yeah, I'll be quite honest because that question is quite interesting. Uh, what actually informs two things informs my decision to wanting to broaden my career scope. First, there is this project I work with, Maple Finance. It's a very big DeFi project. Currently, they are ranked as the largest asset managers. So last year, because it's actually the longest, like the project I've worked for the longest. So last year they came up with an update for their ambassadors that they are going to be having. They are going to broaden their ambassadorial scope and they want to include other people and have more interesting activities going on like
Yeah.
bounties and the rest. But during the meeting when we were having the ambassadorial meeting, so they made mention of they are going to be having bounties that will require maybe build a dashboard. Before then, they have their own dashboard, their official dashboard on June. So when in my course of research, I normally go to that. That was actually my first interaction with June. Other times we are just passing. So, but since I started working with Maple, so I had to, I constantly had to go to June to confirm some of their data while I'm making my research for my content and the rest. So they said that they're going to have a bounty where with that in the future where ambassadors if you launch or if you create a dashboard there's going to be a like
Yeah.
10% so that's because I'm a person that always likes to challenge myself to grow to try out new things so that's alone because there are other things they said something about video content creation but that was not really my thing that's actually my thing so I wasn't really going to look at that direction. So when they mentioned that, I was like, that's nice, that's nice. And before then, it was in the course of my research, and when I got into the academy, I found out that Ife, there's this content right on the timeline. Ife, I don't know, but that's what I know her as. She said she's also because it was when before then I'd been seeing her some of her posts writing switched from the normal style I used to know to data driven.
Yeah.
She was posting more of charts, analyzing charts, and it was quite interesting, very much intriguing to me. So when I saw that, I was like, this girl don't upgrade, though. That's nice, though. And me, I will look at people and I love challenge and I like to challenge myself to always want for more.
Yeah.
So when I saw those are content, it was quite interesting. I was like, if I knew that used to do, she writes very well, but now she's not adding data to her write up. So when we now had that meeting, my mind went back to the fact that oh, I saw this girl actually putting out dashboards and some stuffs from June. And when I looked at it, I saw that it had that name. So I was like, that's good. And I was like, oh, I would like to do this. So in the course of, and no one thing about the algorithm is what you dwell on, that's what the algorithm will feed you with.
Great
So
to yeah.
yeah, so because I've been looking at her style, that her recent style of content writing that had to do with data and visualization. So one of the days, I think early weeks of January, that was how the algorithm pushed uh, analytic stage to me, and I'm like, this is something I've been looking for. So I just had
Right?
to make my research. Yeah, I just had to make my research there and then. Funny enough, it was the day I saw it. That was the day I now decided to, oh, I'm going to pay for this. And that was actually the day I made the payment. So that is my
Wow.
journey so far with that.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Glad to hear that. And if I would like to ask, what has is it a regrettable decision, or did you think, like, did you appreciated the fact that the investment is worth it? And yeah, what was your experience like at the program?
Yeah, I'll say in general, before I look at it like a little bit in depth, in general, the experience has been awesome. I'll start from the fact that the experience has broadened my mind and my view of blockchain data. Before, and that was actually why I said I started from crypto, and then when I found DeFi, I was like, this space is quite broad. Before, my knowledge of crypto and DeFi was just limiting to testing protocols, because I have a very long background of trading, doing airdrops, testing projects at their early stages before I went decided to move into the content writing and the ambassadorial and the project management that I'm doing currently. So when I came into the data side of crypto, it made me understand that this is a big industry. It's not just what you see and then you just sum it as crypto or DeFi. It's bigger than that. And it made me to appreciate every bit of the experiences I've had over the years that has led me to where I am currently. Because coming into the data analytics part of crypto, I now understand that you can even make insights from on-chain behavior. Because before I've been hearing about, in the course of my DeFi journey, we hear about fundamental analysis, where you're trying to look at events that shape the crypto space, and how those events, yes, and how those events can either positively influence or negatively influence. Now, I did not really understand that you could also look at on-chain analysis, where you're looking at on-chain behavior, where those fundamental behaviors could also be seen by users taking actions on chain. So
Yeah.
my journey with data has been very much interesting. That's one. Then two, I would say it has been challenging. Yeah, very much. As a matter of fact, this is the first technical skill I've learned in a while. Yeah, because most of the skills I've been learning are not really that too technical. They are just other, less technical. Let me use the word less technical, but this has been the most technical skill I've learned. Most tasking, I've had a lot of pinpoints. I've been close to saying, "Oh my God, I'm not doing it again. I'm done." But there's something I had in mind before I started. I believe in, probably because of my other background, which is not crypto. I've never been someone that started something and then quit halfway. I always want to see to the end. And then recently, I picked up this other principle of building in the public. And one good thing about that, I can testify from my own experience, is that it holds you accountable. When you're building in public, you know that
Yeah.
people are looking. When you're seeing those feedbacks, because those feedbacks serves as motivator, one, and it also serves as accountability, like things that hold you accountable, that can make you to, even days you don't want to show up, you know that people are looking up to you, people are expecting that particular content from you. You'll be like, fine, because of that, let me come. So it has been all of this, the good, the bad, the days I wanted to quit, but it has been awesome in general.
Wow, fantastic. So if I may ask now, how has this influenced your current work, and how do you think you want to position yourself for the future using on-chain analysis?
Now let me because I like to tell stories, but I have a right and I love storytelling. The first time I published, because when I started, so we're doing writing query, building the data visualizations, building dashboard. So I decided to use that knowledge to try it out. It's still in the course of learning. So the first dashboard I built for the project I'm currently working on their token. The moment I built that dashboard, because before it's one thing about Maple I love is that it's very much competitive. Today you post this content, before you know it, another person has thought about something different. So between ambassadors, we're always pushing ourselves to try something new. So the moment I published that my dashboard, my first Maple dashboard, excuse me, one of my fellow co-ambassador came to my DM. I'm like, bro, how did you do that? Like the guy was amazing. He was like, how did you do that?
Don't leave me.
Yeah, because most times we all share information. Like if there's something new, like a graphics you tried, you'd be like, oh bro, how did you do this one? The person like, I did this like this, I did like this, I used wow, I used this. So the guy entered my gym, I'm like, bro, how do you do this thing? That's what I say, in a paid class I do. So, and then the second dashboard I now built, I now had to ask, because I always love feedback. I had to go to the committee manager and the marketing head. So I reached out to them in their DMs and I would like you to give me a review of this, my second dashboard. So when I reached out to two of them, the response was quite impressive. They're like, that's good. That they love the fact that I'm trying something new. They just gave me, just few things that they would expect to see more in the next dashboard that I'm thinking of building. And that reinforced me and gave me that courage that, oh yeah, you are in the right path. So it has been very amazing.
Yeah. Wow, fantastic. So lastly, would you be recommending Analytic Sage? Analytic Sage program, a program you would recommend to people, tell people about here?
Absolutely. Why? Since I started sharing my progress on the space, which is very important, and I would also advise anybody that's learning anything new to always build in the public. You don't know who is watching. I don't know who you are motivating. So when I started sharing my story, I had some of my friends, like people I've connected with on the timeline, reach out to me. It was even in the course of it, I found out that two of the people that I follow that we engage in our content are also taking courses on data analytics, but from different academies. And one thing I would say proudly, because this is an academy I am a student in. So when the academy is doing well, it also adds to your own feathers or so. So one of the queries I posted, one of those guys entered my DM. I have all those chats in my DM, like, no, I don't go far, because going far he meant was like
your query was solid.
Yeah. So and I guess the going far he meant was. Yeah, the going far event was he knew when I started putting out my content, saying that I've started this particular career. And under the few time I started putting out the career, I could do this. As a matter of fact, at that time, this guy had always said he was telling me that there was this academy he registered with. He paid times more than I think almost 3 to 4 that I paid. And when I was asking him, okay, I wanted to, when he told me he was into data analytics, so I wanted to
challenge
rub mine together. And I found out that they were still learning how to use the select from. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even know
when you've gone further.
When I'm already building dashboard, the guy was still, and I had to share. There was this link. That time we started in the group, in the cohort 7. That was when I was still having that one, started the whole query stuff, and I was looking at where to learn. So I asked the question, and one of my colleagues, there was this particular link he shared in the group, in the Discord channel, of how to link that can help me to practice that select. And so it was that same link I had to share to the guy. I was like, this is something I did way back, and he is still asking, how can I go about this? So that shows that, honestly speaking, Analytic Sage is a very, very student academy. And one thing I love about the academy, and I also appreciate you for that, is the fact that understanding that this is a technical skill, and then you did not really make the whole learning process to be more of theory. It is more practical. We have hands-on experiences, hands-on activities that would definitely motivate and challenge you. Because if it is only theory, at the end of the day, we'll just go half-baked and we'll not even have enough knowledge to back it up when it comes to the practical side. So that's one thing I would say Analytic Sage is very much good at. The fact that even the moment the student hit the ground running, You're already testing things, you're already doing practicals, you're already trying it out. As the instructor is talking, we are looking at it, they are showing you how you do it. That is very much impressive, and I commend the academy for that.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. It was great having you. And one of the reasons why I said we need you on this call is because I saw the things you are doing. I'm very, very much impressed when I see people take action. We are not just interested about you paying for something. We also do try to follow up on you, monitor your activities, make sure that you get excess value for your money. So glad to have you on this call. Thank you very much for your time.